these dry times, this drought has got a far-reaching impact. It may go beyond, well beyond California.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never seen anything like this before. We just don't know. Yeah. Normally, we'd have green grass enough to sustain all these cattle and more. You'd have green grass here on the hillsides, you know, anywhere from 4 to 8 inches tall, and we wouldn't be feeding hay. If it doesn't rain, it's not, we know this, it's not going to be good. We sold over 100 head of cows, so we sold roughly 20% of our cow herd. We keep waiting and hoping that we're going to get a rain and we won't have to sell any more, but we have some earmarked to go to town if that has to happen.
And there's more than just a lack of rainfall to make John angry. Not everywhere in California is this dry. This is the Imperial Valley, where the All-American Canal turns desert into Eden.
Long-term solution is let the capitalistic system figure out the balance of water. And the water, they used to say water used to only run downhill. Well, that's not the case. Water runs uphill real easy with enough money pushing it. About a quarter of the valley is grown in alfalfa, and about 30% of the alfalfa grown in Imperial Valley is used for export markets.
The fastest growing market is China. The alfalfa hay is compressed into smaller bales, wrapped for transit, and loaded into containers. America's trade imbalance with China means many of these go back empty. Filling them with hay makes it cheaper to move alfalfa to Beijing than to John, a few hundred miles away in the Central Valley.
That's what we're doing. We're just virtually exporting our water.
You'd love to have the hay at a cheaper price up here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we compete with the dairies in California. They set the price. We're always a little resentful of the dairy farmers. But that's nothing compared to the resentment we feel when hay is exported overseas, when it could stay right here at home and be utilized.
In my opinion, it's something that's part of the global economy. If we want cheap cars and cheap TVs from China, we have to do something to balance that trade imbalance. And it's our thought that alfalfa is just a small part that we can do in Imperial Valley agriculture, in the state of California agriculture, to try to manage that trade imbalance. If I didn't produce the alfalfa, if I didn't use the water would be going to another use. The cities use 70% of their water to irrigate their lawns, to irrigate the golf courses. So if you talk about inefficiencies, is it more efficient to use water for a golf course, for the movie stars, or is it more efficient for 120 farmers to use it to grow a crop and to export it and to create this mass economic engine that drives the country?
I think we need to think about what we're doing with our resources. I realize that the planet is almost all capitalistic. But we need to start thinking about, other things besides making a dollar.